What's up guys, so today we're going to be checking out an awesome VST. It's got some great retro sounds in it. If you're into classic video games, or I guess any kind of retro sound really, you're probably going to love this. With that in mind, let's dive into it. So what's up guys, Chris here. So like I said before, we're going to be checking out an awesome VST today. It's by a company called Cradle. It's called the State Machine BitFlip. Now this is a free plugin. I want to start a new category on this channel called Awesome and Free and Awesome. Whichever one it will end up being, that's basically the gist. So we're going to be talking about some free programs that I think are really cool. And so we'll be starting here with State Machine BitFlip. State Machine, I guess, is the name that they've branded for these instruments. They make a couple of plugins, but enough about that. Let's dive into some of the sounds that this has. By the way, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified every time I release a video. So this is the plugin. It's got about 40 sounds in it. I'm gonna start it from the beginning and we can just get an idea of what some of these sounds include. So let's dive into it. Okay, so you've just heard a few of the presets that are built into this. Again, not so many presets, but you do have all of the sounds available in here. If you want to build your own presets, they've got quite a lot of options available. You've also got a couple different tabs here where you can actually expand on the sounds and get a bit more in depth with what you want to create. I'm going to go back to the first patch. Sounds something like this. Looking at the plugin, you can see that it's divided into two halves. You got this left side and this right side with this mix knob in between. So you got the two sounds you can pick from and then blend between the two. So at the bottom of the page, you can see we've got a couple different macros they've set up, varying from MIDI controls to EQ and effects, that kind of thing. And these can be quite interesting. Let's start at the bottom with the actual effects and things that will change the physical sound. Here we've got an EQ. Kind of like a tone control in this case. Turn that off for now. We've got this DIY chorus. I know this tends to sound quite wild. I'm going to start it on 100% dry and then crank it up. Pretty intense for a chorus, but pretty cool that it's there. Next we've got this bit crusher. Awesome stuff. And then following that we've got the delay. And then we've got a lo-fi reverb. Really cool stuff. I'm going to leave all those effects off for the time being and we'll just check the things above, which are the more MIDI controllable effects. So looking at this, we've got the scale. If I turn that on, this is working around the key of C. If I want to go in and change the root note, I can go into the MIDI effects and change that here. It's really nice. And I can pick the scale. So if I'm just playing C major, but I want it to be Dorian, or we can pick something else, Mixolydian. Really nice, so it keeps things pretty easy if you're not too aware of maybe different types of scales, but you want to incorporate it, keep it nice and basic in C, and then work over that. We also have the chord section, which takes one note, turns it into a chord. In this case, it's all major chords, but if we take it back to the beginning, we have octaves, perfect fifths, perfect fourths. You can see the list goes on. You can use those however you want. I would prefer personally just playing them in. But next up, we've got the Arpeggiator. You can hear it doesn't actually continue. If I go back into the MIDI effects, we've got the Arpeggiator section here. You can see it's set to one shot. So it's just going to play this round of notes. And then that's it. If I turn this off, we've obviously got quite a long release on this patch. So let's find maybe something else. Let's see if there's a pluck or a key of some sort. Something like this. I've got this Arpeggiator here. You can see how it looks. We can change the direction, octaves, swing, gate. Can change the amount of steps, or we can make it one shot. Pretty straightforward. And then if I want to change the rate, I've just got that here. So diving into the synth section next, this is where you can see we've got our main kind of synth controls, the more familiar controls such as your amp envelope, your filter envelope, your LFO if you want to assign that to any one of these, and then the source where you can actually change things like glide, detune, transpose. If you want to make a monophonic patch polyphonic, or the other way around, if you want to make a poly patch monophonic, you've got that all here, as well as the ability to add noise, which is quite nice. So if you do find a patch you're quite into but you want to edit it slightly, let's say I'm just going to give a quick random flick through these. So say there's this patch but I want it to have less release, I can go into the amp envelope, pull that down, play with that, or maybe I want to give it a bit of attack. Got all that access to it there, which makes it really quick and easy. Also, these are working independently. If you have them linked, they will, you know, you change one thing here and it changes it on both of them. You can see if I have them unlinked that there's a green and a pink kind of slider on each control, so you can see where each source is placed in that, which is quite nice. You basically have two of everything in this case. So, and lastly, diving into the audio effects, this is what you can see the expanded effects look like. We've got our EQ, DIY chorus, bit crusher, delay, and lo-fi reverb. And they all have a couple of controls, nothing too crazy. I'm sure it will make sense if you can just experiment with it. You can hear that reverb is more like an old school delay, becoming faster and faster. To add a little bit more space, we can change the tone. You can tell number 4 has a lot more modulation, a bit of a slower delay. But really nice, has a great little character to it. The delay has your basic delay controls, your feedback. It's got a little high cut filter. You can sync it if you want the delay to actually be time synced to your project. I'm quite curious about this DIY chorus. Woo, so insane. Whoa. I've never heard a chorus like this before. Sounds insane. Woo. Absolutely blowing my ears off right now. And then we've got the bit crusher. Nice. So you can tell just your classic bit crusher sound, and then lastly our EQ. It's very much like a tone control, and then if we want some extra control over just general EQ, we've got that there. Really nice. But yes, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please feel free to let us know in the comment section below. I'd love to know what you guys thought about this, as well as this new category of videos. Awesome and free. I think everyone enjoys something free. I know I do. So I figured, why not share the free knowledge? We love a bit of free. So I think it's always good to find something new that you're interested in. I'm going to end this video by playing a couple more sounds just to finish it off. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The support really helps. And thank you to everyone who's done so already. I really appreciate it. Once again, I've been Vella, and I'll see you on the next one.